Hello everybody, I'm Khadija B. How are you guys doing today? I have Miss Elizabeth Faison, and we're here to talk to you guys about postpartum doula. And what that is, we're going to talk about our birth experience, ladies. Just kind of be upfront and open, and just, it was really on my heart to speak to Miss Elizabeth about postpartum doula because it was something that I had never heard of. I had always heard of midwives, and I didn't even know the difference between the doula and the postpartum doula. She's going to express that to us. Yes. So I just wanted you guys to come on and just be a part of this conversation. I know a lot of women can relate to just different childbirth experiences. So what I would like for you guys to do is just have a seat, get comfortable, and we're going to go back to our childbirth experience all together, and as she explains some things and educate us on the difference between postpartum doula and midwives, maybe we can kind of sit back and kind of grasp hold to maybe some things that we were feeling through our experiences. Right. So Miss Faison, I wanted you to explain to the ladies and even fellas, if you went through a experience with your lady and you were like, okay, what's going on? Right. Maybe this can be some of your questions answered. Right. So we're going to start first with, what is a postpartum doula?
I'm glad you asked, Khadija. Yes, so a postpartum doula basically would be mostly actually after you have your baby, which would be postpartum care, and we specialize with no judgment. We just pretty much meet the mothers and the family at with a no judgment zone of more of like their social skills, or social needs basically. It can go into aspect of basically just being there with them. Where you just want someone to be there with you, or more of supportive of, I'm prepping food for you, I'm cooking food for you, I'm running errands for you, I'm helping with the siblings. I mean, it piggybacks off of a lot of different atmospheres that you can go into as being a postpartum doula.
So with that being said, a lot of the duties that you step in and the roles that you fulfill, is it to help the mothers or the fathers kind of adapt back to reality from just having a birth experience? Yes. I know the dads is probably like, what just happened? Yeah. And then the moms, the trauma, the actual physical feeling of actually, having a baby, even if it's vaginally or if it's a cesarean, you still are experiencing some type of feeling behind that. Right. So that is where you guys step in to assist more of allowing them to get back to their norm and not have to kind of deal with their, day-to-day duties. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Basically, culturally, we are programmed, honestly, to basically, as soon as possible, get back out there. Go to work, get your snap bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ready to get back out there. Exactly. Of course, you do want to go back there and get back out there, into the world. But you got to kind of take care of yourself. Absolutely. You got to kind of get back into swing of things. Absolutely. And a lot of stuff has happened. Like, your organs have to get back in place. Hormonal, it's a lot of different things that has happened to you. So basically, as a postpartum doula, we're just really there to support you of just coming back to yourself. And I'm glad you brought in the picture with the fathers. Yes. A lot of people don't know this, but you have the fathers can go through postpartum depression.
Really?
Yes, they can. Wow. That's a lot on them too. That's a lot of weight, where it can be a new family. You probably might just got married, you having a baby, you probably done bought a house, a new car. That's a lot of responsibility on a person. Wow. So just the excitement of you prepping for this baby all these whole 9 months. You're prepping for this birth for all 9 months. Right. But you don't really prep for that postpartum care.
Part of it, absolutely.
When you come home and you got this new life in your hand that you have responsible you have to be responsible for.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And so that's a good point, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that men. I do know that men will feel some of the things that you're feeling. Some men feel before the young lady feels about pregnancy. But I did not know that the hormonal part actually is pertaining to them as well, because they don't really carry anything, so far as the baby goes. So I didn't know that they actually feel that aftermath of birthing experience. Wow, interesting. So we might need to check in on our fellas sometimes after having babies to make sure that they're here too. So that was good. That was good. So also, what is a doula? What is a doula roles and responsibilities? Because I want people to understand that you have midwives, you have doulas, but the imperative point of having a postpartum doula, because a lot of us deal with mental health after having children. And I even shared with you when we were talking on the phone about the actual event. It's like, how would I even know if I was experiencing postpartum depression? I wouldn't have known that, because we're so accustomed to bouncing back to life and not really slowing down, having someone to come in and assist with the day-to-day duties. So we're doing that, plus tending to maybe twins or maybe just a single baby. And then the current situation or the previous situation that was at the house, your husband, you may have already had children. So can you explain like what a doula actually does? Not the postpartum doula, but the doula.
But a doula.
Yeah.
So a doula is basically she helps with she's a birthing coach. She's helping you prepare for when it's time to labor, and also she helps also to during the 9 months of just getting you ready, educating you on childbirth, on the development of babies, and she's pretty much there. Like say if you decided to go to the hospital or even a birthing center or even at home, she's there to coach, and she's there to pretty much mandate your plan of how you want your birth to be. Yeah.
And so you have some. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So you have someone there that you can put your birth plan in their hands, and they can help see that through.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's pre-childbirth, and you would be after childbirth.
Right.
Okay. So now let's talk to the ladies about midwives, because I think it's important for us to have an identifier on all of these different ones, or all of these different roles that these women play, because it's important to know where you stand mentally.
Yes.
Because if you have a doula, she's there pre-childbirth, and who's there after. So I think that's important. I think a lot of women did not know about postpartum doula to the extent of knowing that they are there to step in. Outside of Webster, we're talking about like really knowing the role that they play to help us bounce back. And when you talk about the snapback, we're worrying about the physicality of a snapback, but we're not worrying about the mental of the snapback, which is the most important part of being able to function as an individual and a wife or a significant other or just a mother in general. So let's talk about the midwife. Let's talk about her role or his role and what that looks like.
Right. So basically you asked about what is the difference between a midwife and a doula.
Right.
Okay, so a midwife, so you have some midwives where they are certified. They basically RNs, but they went on and got a midwife certification, and so they work in the hospital and they deliver babies, and also they also work at a doctor's office, so they have their own practice. Then also you have a licensed midwife. A licensed midwife is where basically went to school for about, I believe it's 3 years exactly, and they learn to deliver babies. They learn everything about the anatomy of the body and whatnot, and actually the process to be a midwife, if you're going to be licensed and you can have your own like birthing center, or you can just operate, that's your own business, and you can come to people's house, yes, independently, exactly, and go and deliver babies at their home, at their comfort of their home. And so basically that is the difference.
And so even with that, I was sharing with Ms. Miss Liz, I had a midwife because my second son, unfortunately, I didn't come early. I came to the hospital at already 8 centimeters, so I was ready to go. Because my first experience, I was 4 centimeters and I had to walk around the hospital, and I was just like, I wasn't going to do that again.
That's great that you do that.
Yeah, so I came in and I automatically was giving a midwife because of the condition. I couldn't, get any epidural or anything like that, so I automatically had to go into delivery. And so, or labor and delivery. And so with that being said, the midwife there, she kind of just made sure I was comfortable. She made sure that, she was monetizing my contractions and things like that. But my notion of a midwife, I was thinking of a midwife on a whole nother level.
Right.
I was like, okay, she's gonna be like my grandma.
Right. More like
and it was kind of like, no, you were really just like a nurse coming in more on a constant basis because I was in labor and delivery. But it wasn't like the intimate setting that when I heard Ms. Liz speak on the postpartum doula or even the doula that I would have wanted.
Right.
Because I thought it was going to be a tight-knit, me and her, type of thing. And that's not how it happened. So I really wanted us to talk about that because I know that we have current mothers and we have future mothers that are desiring children. And I just think a lot of women don't know a lot about what they're entering into outside of just having the baby.
Right.
The coaching that is needed to prepare. We have the books and we do got God, and that is ultimate.
Yes.
However, there are professionals that God has laid on this earth for us to utilize.
Right.
So I just think that it was important for us to talk about this space. Not too long, just wanted to kind of brief you guys on her profession and what she does. And then if you are desiring to have another baby or are currently pregnant or are futurely wanting a child, I just think that this would be a great route to go. Now, one thing you stated was certification. So you do have to be certified to be a postpartum doula. What does that certification look like timing wise?
It's not long at all. It just depends on what. So they have different organizations you can go through to be trained. It's basically like it just depends on who you're gonna go with. It can be probably like a standard of maybe like 3 days of a weekend, or it just depends on who you go to. I personally went through one. It's called Dona International. That is actually one of probably one of the number one. So yeah,
you are certified. So I'm not having no one on here talking about something that they don't know. She's certified to speak on postpartum doula, and I know that she had to also go through the understanding of the difference between doula and midwife. Is why I asked you to speak on that part. But to that point too. Now, insurance.
Yes.
For the women that do not have coverage, or for the women that do have coverage or would want to get coverage to actually have a postpartum doula, do they accept do most of the insurance company accept or allow postpartum doulas?
Right. So this journey, I'm still going through this journey, very new to the journey of being a postpartum doula. So I'm just learning about that Medicaid do accept.
Oh wow.
Yes. And some, health
other providers
does provide. Basically, it's actually new to Florida. Like Florida just passed to have postpartum care.
And we need those
or doula work. So that's really exciting. It's a lot of ladies out here too on social media that know more in depth about the getting it through Medicaid or getting through your certain insurance. You might just probably have to call your insurance company to see if they will take coverage for that. So.
Okay, well that's good to know. First of all, that Medicaid has stepped their game up and actually because let's just keep it real. My first son, I had a Tampa General. And I love Tampa General, so no shade because they are actually a great facility. However, Medicaid was tripping. And so I had a bill come for $4,000 and I was 19 and I was sitting there So I thought Medicaid take care of this. And so I had a whole insurance battle.
Right.
But that's great to know that they have stepped up and want you to get mental health care.
Right.
You know, I like that because postpartum doula is not about the actual delivery. It's actually the aftermath.
Right.
So that's good that they're actually wanting us to take care of our mindset versus everything else. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So is there anything from a woman, a mother? She's a mother of 3.
Yes.
And so I'm a mother of 2. So when you speak to a woman to woman, what are some of the key things that you would leave the ladies with on the importance of taking care of your mental state of mind after having children, no matter how old they are? Because a lot of people have this phenomenon that when you get your 6 weeks checkup, that's it. And it's like, no, because you're still going through a lot of transitions way after 6 weeks. That's just the physical part.
Yep.
So what's some things that you would give to the ladies on taking care of their mental state of mind after having their children?
So basically, I know it's kind of hard, ladies. I don't know what type of supportive, team or supportive help outside, maybe family-wise, but you need to have all the help you can get. Let go. For me, as soon as I had my baby, I went in straight into mommy mode, where I just felt like I forgot about myself and I was taking care of this person. So you need to learn how to let the significant other help take care of, or grandmother, or look into see if you can get a postpartum doula. And I know, like we said, can't afford that, but look into that, see how you can. There are other government assistant programs out here that actually provides postpartum doulas and birthing doulas.
And that may be not to cut you off, but that may be something I look into to put into a message for you guys that follow, and just women in general, so that you can call, and get that help that you need.
Yeah.
So I may have to do that for us to put it out there, because we won't be looking for stuff.
Right. Exactly, unless we see it. But you just really need to take some time to yourself, even if it's just 5 minutes, even if you go to the bathroom and lock the door and close the door and just have a think session of where you just stop and close your eyes and just have a moment with you and your thoughts. And make sure you're drinking, you're eating, watching what you put in your body.
Water.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta be specific.
Drinking water. You're right. Thank you, Kay. Because we do not drink the water, but yes, we need to drink that water. Just really taking the time and taking care of mom. Because if you don't take care of mom, how your baby's gonna live? Live. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take care of mom, then what's gonna happen to your babies? Your baby's not gonna
leave.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you don't take care of mom, it's not gonna be no mom.
And that's true.
Here to support your babies and take care of your babies.
That's so true.
So
that's good. And so even for me, we were sharing. I've been in healthcare, working with people at a certain period of my life, and even with dealing with people, I've always had to come home and give myself 5-10 minutes from being at work dealing with elderly people that may have been in facilities and things like that, and had to take a debrief before I can function with my children.
Right.
So it's the same thing when you are a mother and you have a lot of things going on, and a lot is being called upon us. Life is what you make it. That's a quote that we've heard a million times, but it's true. We can be so much more productive if we actually take the time to delegate and to spread out our time evenly, or make sure that we give a little bit to our children, not a little bit, but delegating that time. If you got an hour to give, make sure you give your kids some, you some, your significant other some, God some, and just delegate your moments for your mind to actually be refreshed. The word says to renew your mind, which is true. You have to sit down and meditate, and whatever your meditation is, you have to sit down and give yourself 10-15 minutes, whether Liz said, that's the restroom, whether you need to take a walk around the block, whether you need to get in the car, whatever you need to do. If you have a balcony, if you have a patio, whatever, just take the time to keep you sane. A lot of us don't believe that we are maybe chemically imbalanced at times for whatever reason, and we all can be there sometimes.
Yes, we can.
You know, we're not crazy.
Yes.
It's just life demands a lot from us at times.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy talking to you about this space, because when we first talked about it, I was like, oh yeah, don't tell me nothing else. We're gonna wait until we talk to the ladies and men about what that is. And I just really believe within my heart that postpartum doula is very important.
It is.
Because when you go home, ladies and fellas, you need someone, whether it's you two or whether you do bring a postpartum doula in there, you need to help. You need someone to help delegate and facilitate a new journey.
Yes.
You know, writing some things. Yeah, it's a major new journey. I mean, it's a new life.
Yes.
So it's nothing wrong with getting help. It's nothing wrong with calling on people.
Yes.
You don't have to do this alone. I know you hear that a lot, but it's true. We don't have to do things alone. We can call on individuals or facilities that have the professionals who help you take care of those things. So I just wanted to bring this to the table with Miss Elizabeth. And so where can they find you, Liz, if they want to ask you some different questions moving forward in your journey as a postpartum doula?
Sure. So guys, I'm not like really hippie with social media, but I do have a Facebook. It's Elizabeth Faison. Last name spelled Fasion. And I also, for my Instagram, I am under E_Faison. So
nice.
Check me out.
Well, check out. Well, I thank you so much for just taking the time out. I see writing there, but I'm not really sure. I think that's my girl Samantha came on here, Zoe. Yes, so I wanted to bring this to you guys, but thank you so much for watching us. It will be on YouTube if you want to, you know, recap and just kind of discuss it with maybe some of your homegirls, and because it's my homegirl.
Yes.
So, you know, if you want to talk to some homegirls or even talk to your significant other about some of your experiences, I hope this opens your mind up a little bit to kind of go back into your experience and be like, yeah, maybe I did miss a little bit there. So you guys can follow me at Save Ratchet KB, and that's my Facebook, or you can actually follow me on YouTube at KB. I thank you guys so much. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. I thank you for coming on and talking, and you guys check us out later. Have a great rest of your day.